This show is clean.
Hi.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 764. Hello. It's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcaster Valley, California. Today we hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer. Plus, it's the return of the segment Into an Interview where I speak to the awesome Los Angeles singer-songwriter Gabrielle Graves. And yeah, they basically don't want you to do anything on the road. Mike's Daily Podcast. Except drive, because everything else distracts you and can cause an accident. That news story is coming up so that you'll know Mike's Daily Podcast. About that interesting fact on the last show, Valentino and Bison Bentley said that they're not nice and they'll break your pencil directly if you upset them. And you know what? We all have a pencil, don't we? Don't we carry some kind of lead covered in wood? That's probably a rhetorical question. It's great to be back. Mike's Daily Podcast. So, I have discovered something, and that is my new roommate is Mike's not feeling daily too well. Podcast. He caught a cold, and he begins his school, his chiropractor school. He's got a cold. I feel bad for him. But it reminded me something about how people cough when... Oh, look, I just walked in. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart to give jobs to everybody. What were you saying? I was saying that people like to cough when I'm trying to talk. Why are you coughing, Chely? Because, look, I have a cold. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I have a cold. Like, it's so annoying. But you know some people that even when they don't have a cold, they have this cough, this interruptive cough that they use because they just like to always be the one that has the ground in the conversation. They're like, so how was your day? Oh, it was fine. It was... I totally get what you're saying, Mike Matthews. Not really. People cough. This is what I've noticed. Now, those coughs that I did there don't even get close to the type of cough they have. Some people's coughs are like thunder. And yes, a lot of it could be cigarettes. Or maybe they work in a coal mine. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this topic. Look who else just walked in. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere the engineer. Mike, working in a coal mine is great because it's dark and you don't see anybody and you have thousands and thousands and thousands of tons of rock above you. It's a wonderful job. I see the way you've described it. It is wonderful. Mike, there's so many wonderful things under the ground that we need to get now. Oh, okay. Hurry, it's under the ground. Right, and therefore we need mining, I guess. And then there is this thing called driving. And driving, we often amuse ourselves while we're driving by listening to the radio. Oh, we used to. And now, of course, we talk on cell phones or listen to wonderful podcasts like you're doing right now. But according to ABC7Chicago.com, which is the only television station I watch because I don't live in Chicago. No, but they had this interesting story. With 3 out of 4 drivers believing that hands-free technology is safe to use, Americans may be surprised to learn that these popular new vehicle features may actually increase distraction, according to new research by the AAA Foundation of Traffic Safety. AAA makes a wonderful magazine that I read called VIA. That's what they call it here in California. Alabama had a different name. I remember reading that. And it's very thin. The one in California has got so much stuff in it, including in the latest issue, the Willamette Valley Gourmet Escape. Escaping to Oregon's wine country. And I know I said that name wrong, of that valley. The study showed that the accuracy of voice recognition software significantly influences the rate of distraction. What? Systems with low accuracy and reliability generated high levels of distraction. Composing text messages and emails using in-vehicle technologies was more distracting than using these systems to listen to messages, they found. The quality of the system's voice had no impact on distraction levels. Listening to a natural or synthetic voice both rated as a lower level of distraction. I was trying to do a synthetic voice. The research also separately assessed Apple's Siri using the same metrics to measure a broader range of tasks, including updating Facebook and Twitter. By looking at these frequently used features, researchers uncovered that hands and eyes-free use of Apple's Siri generated a high level of distraction, the highest level that researchers have uncovered to date. To put all this findings content together in context, last year's research revealed that listening to the radio rated as a low, very low distraction, talking on a handheld or hands-free cell phone resulted in a low distraction, and using an error-free speech-to-text system to listen to and compose emails or texts was a medium distraction. And they also studied different models of car. There was a Toyota's Intune system on a 5-point scale that had the lowest distraction rate ranking, which is similar to listening to an audiobook. In comparison, the Chevrolet MyLink resulted in a very high level of distraction. Other systems that were tested included the Hyundai Blue Link, which got a 2.2 out of 5. The Chrysler Uconnect got about a 2.7. The Ford Sync got a 3.0, and Mercedes Command got a 3.1. I tend to listen to the Stitcher radio app on my smartphone when I'm driving, but Siri can't command it. I can't tell Siri to say, hey, play Stitcher and play this podcast. It won't do that. So I have to actually look down at my smartphone to change the Stitcher, which is dangerous. So most times I just say, forget it. I just turn on the music, which Siri doesn't do that either. I tell her to play the music, and she goes, music's already playing. And what? It's not. Siri, listen. Do you hear any music? No. Yeah, so I don't know if that's something with my smartphone or if Stitcher doesn't, for some reason, let itself be commanded by Siri. It doesn't want Siri to tell it what to do. Stitcher needs to get that fixed and maybe make their app a little bit easier to use. But you can listen to this podcast on Stitcher. Yay. Just be careful when you're driving and fumbling with Stitcher trying to find my podcast. Probably you want to pull over to the side before you do that. So what do you think about all that and the fact that people cough while you're trying to talk to them, and but you get this vague sense that maybe they're doing it just to interrupt you? Or do they use some other funky things, some other funky way to interrupt you? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. There's also the website, MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com, and you can find the link to where to listen to the show in iTunes at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Subscribe to the show in iTunes. You can comment on the show and rate the show there. That helps our ranking so more people find out about us if you do that. There's also links to where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page. When I post a new show, share the show with your friends and more people find out about us that way too. There's also links to where to find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Yelp, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube. There's also the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that and buy something at a great discount. And that helps out the show too, and you get a discount on whatever. And if you buy anything through Amazon, go through that link there at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. It will help us out. You can also read the blog, see the daily podcast picture, and all my past interviews are also there at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Into an interview.
Hello, this is Mike.
Hi, this is Gabrielle.
Gabrielle Graves!
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Don't you love that when somebody says, how are you? And puts this emphasis on, I don't know why I'm asking that question. I have a bunch of great interview questions for you, Gabrielle Graves.
I hope so.
And it's late. I should say it's like 11:30 on Sunday night, so we might get a little bit crazy, but that's all right. It's rock and roll.
It's all good. I just left at dinner. I've had a couple drinks. I mean, don't put it on the record, but you know.
Where did you go?
Feeling good.
Where did you go? Where was the place you went?
So Josh, my husband, works at this place called Faith and Flower downtown, in Los Angeles, and we actually went and had some dinner, and then we went and had drinks at the place he works at, actually, afterwards.
Did you see any celebrities?
I actually did see one, but I didn't know who it was until, I guess, somebody, mentioned their name. Oh. And then I was like, oh, what is that person?
You know,
this is kind of the way it works.
That's me, yeah. I see people, I don't know who they are, but I'm like, I think I know that person might be famous. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's a pretty good-looking human being. So they might be something. I mean, I get it.
Well, Gabrielle, you are a great-looking human being, and you are an amazingly talented human being, and you have made a new EP.
Yeah, we've done it finally.
And you tell me a little bit about it. I saw a little snippet of your band playing live, and they sound great, and you look and sound great, and I like your legs, and I think rock and roll needs more legs.
I mean, I have very short legs, so I'm not the one to supply those legs.
I can only give you so much leg. But
I know.
But tell me about the whole album and playing live and everything.
So playing live, we have taken. My dog is staring at me currently. We just got home, and she is a crazy animal, and she's dropping the ball in front of me, and she's going to start barking in a second if I don't throw it. So I'm sorry.
Go ahead and throw that ball. Now, how is your dog? I saw pictures of your dog on your Facebook.
Oh, she's insane. She's like part boxer Australian Shepherd, so she's got like too much energy, and she doesn't know how to deal on a regular daily basis, so she's kind of nuts. And she drives us nuts, but she's like the love of my life. But so playing live is awesome, and it has been a while since we've actually done so. We've taken the last year off to kind of, write and record and develop and do all that fun stuff, and just get as good as we possibly can. We've also changed a couple of our members, which I couldn't be happier about. And then our drummer is actually moving out here from Houston. He's moving out here next week, actually, and he actually plays on the EP. And I'm really, really, really excited about our musical family that we have right now.
Oh, that's good, because that's the important thing, is a musical, creative family and a support network, everyone helping each other be the best they can be. Yep,
it's true. It's very, very true. And we're very, 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 very lucky, because I didn't realize it, but a lot of people have a problem with keeping, people can play music together and people could have that connection on a musical level, but then on the personal level it's not so much there. But I also feel like that does show. It shows a lot on stage. So I think that's very important to have that connection personally, to really actually like who you're playing with. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, you look at any Wikipedia page for any rock band, and there's always a bit of a start-stop with all the best bands. Somebody, that drummer Pete Best didn't work out, so they got rid of him, and then there was the Beatles, and then or something else, so that's great. I wish you the best of luck with that, and I want you to tell me about White Room, because I'm going to play it.
Yeah, White Room. That is a song. Oh God, these are really hard to. It's really hard to dive into these songs, because some of them were bits and pieces were written a bit ago. Let me think. So White Room, in a nutshell, if I could do that, is I've had an experience where I had to go into one of those places, I guess, if you will. And, I've had some experiences in life that have pushed me to my uncomfortable maxes, if you will. I don't know how to say that in a nice, polite way, but I've had some